कुछ कहना चाह रही है हवा, कुछ सन्नाटे भी बोल रहे। कुछ कहना चाह रही है हवा, कुछ सन्नाटे भी बोल रहे। कुछ सत्य गगन से उतरे हैं, जो बंद द्वार है खोल रहे। कुछ सत्य गगन से उतरे हैं, जो बंद द्वार है खोल रहे। सुनो कुछ देर ठहर कर सुनो, बोलो एक जीवन फिर से सुनो। सुनो कुछ देर ठहर कर सुनो, बोलो एक जीवन फिर से सुनो। अपनी गहराई में कूदो, सच्चे सिक्के मिल जाएंगे। अपनी लहरों से बात करो, सब उत्तर भी मिल जाएंगे। अपनी गहराई में कूदो, सच्चे सिक्के मिल जाएंगे। अपनी लहरों से बात करो, सब उत्तर भी मिल जाएंगे। सुनो कुछ देर ठहर कर सुनो, चुनो खुद अपना रास्ता चुनो। सुनो कुछ देर ठहर कर सुनो, चुनो खुद अपना रास्ता चुनो। थी कब से मौन सृष्टि सारी, मिट्टी की गंध को कहने दो। अब मुक्त करो तुम स्वर सारे, हर रुके छंद को बहने दो। बहने दो, बहने दो, बहने दो, बहने दो। सुनो कुछ देर ठहर कर सुनो, बोलो एक जीवन फिर से सुनो। सुनो कुछ देर ठहर कर सुनो, बोलो एक जीवन फिर से सुनो। बोलो एक जीवन फिर से सुनो, बोलो एक जीवन फिर से सुनो।
पैरों की बेड़िया ख्वाबों को बांधे नहीं रे, कभी नहीं रे। मिट्टी की परतों को नन्हे से अंकुर भी चीरे, धीरे धीरे। इरादे हरे भरे, जिनके सीनों में घर करे, वो दिल की सुने करे, ना डरे ना डरे। क्या पता।
Shanti, good afternoon. Let's just meditate for 3 minutes. Sit straight. Keep your eyes open. Just focus on your thoughts, on your awareness. Just ask yourself few questions. Am I totally aware? What is my quality level of consciousness? कितना alert हूँ मैं इस समय? How much I am aware of my thought process? How do I feel? Am I at ease? Am I at peace? If not, that's okay. Just try to look for the reason of that uneasiness, uncomfortableness, any emotions, any past people, any resentment, कोई बात, कोई issue, anything which is holding you back, which you are holding in your mind. Just release it. Feel it. I'm no longer attached to that. It must not matter in this moment. I'm stable. My body is stable. Mind is stable. And I am in the present. Try to go deeper. Try to experience that light body like a waterfall, a stream of peace, purity, healing power is transmitting from me, being soul at the center of forehead, radiating to each and every cell of the body. I am very much alive, conscious, and so my soul power, my healing power is very powerful. It can cure almost anything, any pain, any blockage it can remove from mind, from body, from my aura. Try to feel that I am at peace, feeling I am experiencing the peace, the joy within, without doing anything, just being in the present, healing myself, cleaning myself, being light, being conscious is a joyful experience. Just like me, my spiritual father, the father of me, the soul, I experience his love, the rays of purity, healing power. I am absorbing it. It's such a divine experience to detach from the world and to experience the true essence of life. Two most important things, soul and supreme soul. It's such a wonderful, such a liberating experience to be away from this world, the thinking pattern, being in the present and experiencing God's love, God's purity, and healing myself. I am God's divine child. I am here to do magical things, extraordinary things. Om Shanti. Thank you. Let's proceed with the book reading.
Om Shanti. Am I audible? Someone reply in the chat box. Okay, so I am audible. Okay, so how is everyone today? I hope everyone's enjoying the experience of reading together. Okay, so we'll begin with page 105 in the hard book. And the PDF is page 122. Okay, so the heading is Creative Use of Mind. If you need to use your mind for a specific purpose, use it in conjunction with your inner body. Only if you are able to be conscious without thought can you use your mind creatively. And the easiest way to enter that state is through your body. Whenever an answer, a solution, or a creative idea is needed, stop thinking for a moment by focusing attention on your inner energy field. Become aware of the stillness. When you resume thinking, it will be fresh and creative. In any thought activity, make it a habit to go back and forth every few minutes or so between thinking and an inner kind of listening, an inner stillness. We could say, don't just think with your head, think with your whole body. So here the author is referring to us looking in our inner self, not just thinking by our mind, but also what our inner self is saying, what is our soul telling us, that what path is our soul showing us. So the next is the art of listening. When listening to another person, don't just listen with your mind, listen with your whole body. Feel the energy field of your inner body as you listen. That takes attention away from thinking and creates a still space that enables you to truly listen without the mind interfering. You are giving the other person space to be. It is the most precious gift you can give. Most people don't know how to listen because the major part of their attention is taken up by thinking. So you must have realized sometimes this happens, I feel a lot, that we are listening, but we are not actually listening. Our mind starts wandering here and there. So the author is referring to this. They pay more attention to that than to what the other person is saying, and none at all to what really matters, the being of the other person underneath the words and the mind. Of course, you cannot feel someone else's being except through your own. This is the beginning of the realization of oneness, which is love. At the deepest level of being, you are one with all that is. Most human relationships consist mainly of minds interacting with each other, not of human beings communicating, being in communion. No relationship can thrive in that way, and that is why there is so much conflict in relationships. When the mind is running your life, conflict, strife, and problems are inevitable. Being in touch with your inner body creates a clear space of no mind within which the relationship can flower. So here the author is saying how it's important that we become soul conscious and we don't use our mind. We look at the other person as well, just as a soul, even they are perfect in the way they are. So this is what the author is referring to. So now we'll move on to the next chapter, portals into the unmanifested. Going deeply into the body, I can feel the energy inside my body, especially in my arms and legs. But I don't seem to be able to go more deeply, as you suggested earlier. Make it into a meditation. It needn't take long. 10 to 15 minutes of clock time should be sufficient. Make sure first that there are no external distractions, such as telephones or people who are likely to interrupt you. Sit on a chair, but don't lean back. Keep the spine erect. Doing so will help you to stay alert. Alternatively, choose your own favorite position for meditation. Make sure the body is relaxed. Close your eyes. Take a few deep breaths. Feel yourself breathing into the lower abdomen, as it were. However, observe how it expands and contracts slightly with each in and out breath. Then become aware of the entire energy field of the body. Don't think about it, feel it. By doing this, you reclaim consciousness from the mind. If you find it helpful, use the light visualization I described earlier. So here the author, he's discussing in detail how we should meditate, how we should first focus on our breathing, and then we visualize a point of light. When you can feel the inner body clearly as a single field of energy, let go, if possible, of any visual image and focus exclusively on the feeling. If you can, also drop any mental image you may still have of the physical body. All that is left then is an all-encompassing sense of presence, of beingness, and the inner body is felt to be without a boundary. Then take your attention even more deeply into that feeling. Become one with it. Merge with the energy field so that there is no longer a perceived duality of the observer and the observed, of you and your body. The distinction between inner and outer also dissolves now. So there is no inner body anymore. By going deeply into the body, you have transcended the body. Stay in this realm of pure being for as long as feels comfortable. Then become aware again of the physical body, your breathing and physical senses, and open your eyes. Look at your surroundings for a few minutes in a meditative way. That is, without labeling them mentally, and continue to feel the inner body as you do so. So the author has explained so beautifully how we should practice meditation, how we should first observe our breathing, then visualize a point of light, and then focus on the feeling. That's very important, the feeling that you get when you go inside and you observe yourself. And initially you can close your eyes, and then afterwards, how he has suggested that we can open our eyes and look around and just feel our presence completely. Having access to that formless realm is truly liberating. It frees you from bondage to form and identification with form. It is life in its undifferentiated state prior to its fragmentation into multiplicity. We may call it the unmanifested, the invisible source of all things, the being within all beings. It is a realm of deep stillness and peace, but also of joy and intense aliveness. Whenever you are present, you become transparent to some extent to the light, to the pure consciousness that emanates from the source. You also realize that the light is not separate from who you are, but constitutes your very essence. How beautiful is that, isn't it? So the next is the source of she. Is the unmanifested, what in the East is called she, a kind of universal life energy? No, it isn't. The unmanifested is the source of she. She is the inner energy field of your body. So this she is basically, it was used in traditional Chinese culture and East Asian culture. They basically described it as the purest energy that arises out of consciousness, stillness, awareness. It's the essence of your true self. It is the bridge between the outer you and the source. It lies halfway between the manifested, the world of form, and the unmanifested. She can be likened to a river or an energy stream. If you take the focus of your consciousness deeply into the inner body, you are tracing the course of this river back to its source. She is movement. The unmanifested is stillness. When you reach a point of absolute stillness, which is nevertheless vibrant with life, you have gone beyond the inner body and beyond she to the source itself, the unmanifested. She is the link between the unmanifested and the physical universe. So if you take your attention deeply into the inner body, you may reach this point, this singularity, where the world dissolves into the unmanifested, and the unmanifested takes on form as the energy stream of she, which then becomes the world. This is the point of birth and death. When your consciousness is directed outward, mind and world arise. When it is directed inward, it realizes its own source and returns home into the unmanifested. Wow. So the author is saying so clearly that when you direct yourself inwards, you realize the truth, our home, the unmanifested. Then, when your consciousness comes back to the manifested world, you reassume the form identity that you temporarily relinquished. You have a name, a past, a life situation, a future. But in one essential respect, you are not the same person you were before. You will have glimpsed a reality within yourself that is not of this world, although it isn't separate from it, just as it isn't separate from you. Now, let your spiritual practice be this. As you go about your life, don't give 100% of your attention to the external world and to your mind. Keep some within. I have spoken about this already. Feel the inner body even when engaged in everyday activities, especially when engaged in relationships or when you're relating with nature. Feel the stillness deep inside it. Keep the portal open. It is quite possible to be conscious of the unmanifested throughout your life. So here the author is saying how we should be in constant awareness. Initially, it starts with meditation, and then slowly, we understand how to stay constantly aware of the true self, of God, the Supreme Soul. You feel it as a deep sense of peace somewhere in the background, a stillness that never leaves you, no matter what happens out here. You become a bridge between the unmanifested and the manifested, between God and the world. This is the state of connectedness with the source that we call enlightenment. Don't get the impression that the unmanifested is separate from the manifested. This is really important as well. This shows that we are not separate from the unmanifested. We are not separate from God. We are combined. We are constantly together with Him. How could it be? It is the life within every form, the inner essence of all that exists. It pervades this world. Let me explain. Dreamless sleep. You take a journey into the unmanifested every night when you enter the phase of deep, dreamless sleep. You merge with the source. You draw from it the vital energy that sustains you for a while. When you return to the manifested, the world of separate forms. This energy is much more vital than food. Man does not live by bread alone, but in dreamless sleep, you don't go into consciously. You don't go into it consciously. Although the bodily functions are still operating, you no longer exist in that state. Can you imagine what it would be like to go into dreamless sleep with full consciousness? It is impossible to imagine it because that state has no content. The unmanifested does not liberate you until you enter it consciously. This is very important, I feel. That's why Jesus did not say, the truth will make you free, but rather, you will know the truth and the truth will make you free. So it's important to know the truth. I think that's what we call awakening and realizing the truth. This is not a conceptual truth. If it is the truth of eternal life beyond form, which is known directly or not at all. But don't attempt to stay conscious in dreamless sleep. It is highly unlikely that you will succeed. At most, you may remain conscious during the dream phase, but not beyond that. This is called lucid dreaming, which may be interesting and fascinating, but it is not liberating. So use your inner body as a portal through which you enter the unmanifested, and keep the portal open so that you stay connected with the sources at all times. It makes no difference as far as the inner body is concerned, whether your outer physical body is old or young, frail or strong. The inner body is timeless. If you are not yet able to feel the inner body, use one of the other portals. Although ultimately they are all one. Some I have spoken about at length already, but I'll mention them again briefly here. So the other portals. The now can be seen as the main portal. It is an essential aspect of every other portal, including the inner body. You cannot be in your body without being intensely present in the now. Time and the manifested are as inextricably linked as are the timeless now and the unmanifested. When you dissolve psychological time through intense present moment awareness, you become conscious of the unmanifested both directly and indirectly. Directly, you feel it as the radiance and power of your conscious presence. No content, just presence. Indirectly, you are aware of the unmanifested in and through the sensory dream. In other words, you feel the God essence in every creature, every flower, every stone, and you realize all that is holy. This is why Jesus, speaking entirely from his essence of Christ identity, says in the Gospel of Thomas, "Split a piece of wood, I am there. Lift up a stone, and you will find me there." Wow, so beautiful, isn't it? Another portal into the unmanifested is created through the cessation of thinking. This can start with a very simple thing, such as taking one conscious breath or looking in a state of intense alertness at a flower, so that there is no mental commentary running at the same time. There are many ways to create a gap in the incessant stream of thought. This is what meditation is all about. Thought is part of the realm of the manifested. Continuous mind activity keeps you imprisoned in the world of form and becomes an opaque screen that prevents you from being conscious of the unmanifested, conscious of the formless and timeless God essence in yourself and in all things and all creatures. When you are intensely present, you don't need to be concerned about the cessation of thinking. Of course, because the mind then stops automatically. That's why I said the now is essential part of every other portal. Surrender, the letting go of mental emotional resistance to what is, also becomes a portal into the unmanifested. The reason for this is simple. Inner resistance cuts you off from other people, from yourself, from the world around you. It strengthens the feeling of separateness on which the ego depends for its survival. The stronger the feeling of separateness, the more you are bound to the manifested, to the world of separate forms. The more you are bound to the world of form, the harder and more impenetrable your form identity becomes. The portal is closed and you are cut off from the inner dimension, the dimension of depth. In this state of surrender, your form identity softens and becomes somewhat transparent, as it were, so the unmanifested can shine through you. It's up to you to open a portal in your life that gives you conscious access to the unmanifested. Get in touch with the energy field of the inner body. Be intensely present. Disidentify from the mind. Surrender to what is. These are the portals you can use, but you only need to use one. Okay, so this is interesting. The author is saying you only need to use one. So either you're intensely present, or you disidentify from the mind, or you surrender to what it is. Surely, love must also be one of those portals. No, it isn't. As soon as one of the portals is open, love is present in you as the feeling realization of oneness. Love isn't a portal. It's what comes through the portal into this world. As long as you're completely trapped in your form identity, there can be no love. Your task is not to search for love, but to find a portal through which love can enter. So should we continue? Okay, maybe I'll just finish the silence. Okay. Are there any other portals apart from those you just mentioned? Yes, they are. The unmanifested is not separate from the manifested. It pervades this world, but it is so well disguised that almost everybody misses it completely. If you know where to look, you'll find it everywhere. A portal opens up every moment. Do you hear that dog barking in the distance? Or that car passing by? Listen carefully. Can you feel the presence of the unmanifested in that? You can't. Look for it in the silence out of which the sounds come and into which they return. Pay more attention to the silence than to the sounds. Paying attention to outer silence creates inner silence. The mind becomes still. A portal is opening up. Every sound is born out of silence, dies back into silence, and during its lifespan is surrounded by silence. Silence enables this sound to be. It is an intrinsic but unmanifested part of every sound. Every musical note, every song, every word. The unmanifested is present in this world as silence. This is why it has been said that nothing in this world is so like God as silence. All you have to do is pay attention to it. Even during a conversation, become conscious of the gaps between words, the brief silent intervals between sentences. As you do that, the dimension of stillness grows within you. You cannot pay attention to silence without simultaneously becoming still within. Silence without stillness within. You have entered the unmanifested. So should we finish here today? Would anyone like to share their experiences? of the reading today? Anyone? Okay. So you can share, yeah, you can share your experiences, what you've understood. Yes, Rana's sister has raised her hand. Okay.
Hello, Om Shanti.
Om Shanti, sister.
Thank you. It was a lovely class today, but I need to read it again because somehow I was confused about are they speaking about the omnipresence of God or not? And you know, if they are putting rocks or something like this, maybe I agree with all what have uh, discussed, but this way I didn't understand very well. What about the God essence? What do they mean by the God essence in everyone and the God? And can you please explain?
Okay. Um, yeah, I think they are talking about the presence in each and everything that we look around, that we see, that we feel. It's just the feeling of constant awareness. Even I'm learning and understanding through this book. So that's what I think that the author is saying. It is in each and everything, the essence that we feel, that we see. It's just constantly present in each and everything. That's my understanding. Anything
Yeah,
else, Madam?
Shanti, yeah,
Yeah.
I can add a few things to it. And yes, you said it rightly that God essence means the divinity, the purity of the universe. So, what the author is trying to say is that the God essence, which means that purity, that divinity, that love, that kindness, that connectedness. Um, that is what the God essence in every creature. So we will start loving everything. We will start understanding people more, understanding, that, from where they are coming from. And we will be mindful, we will be aware about nature also. That, I know no one is watching if I'm using my air condition for 24 hours, but I know, right, that how it is impacting the environment. Similarly, like Buddha used to say that if you love flower, then you will not pluck it. You will just see it and you will be happy. And if you are attached to it, if you um, if you get a feeling that I should pluck it and keep it, it means it was not really love. Similarly, the God essence, we will experience that everyone's life I have to make better. This is my purpose is because I can see that uh, God's essence, that oneness in everyone, everything, every creature, every animal. I will treat everyone as same. Even, you know, uh, the security guards, even the housemaids. There is no discrimination at all. Who is senior, who is junior, who is a human, and who is an animal. This is what it is like. Like author said that, and in Brahmakumaris also we say that it's not about God is everywhere. It's about His light, His presence is everywhere. So Very beautifully, author explained this, and I hope this explained the God essence. Thank you.
Yeah. Thank you so much for explaining in detail. Okay. Sujata ji has raised her hand.
Om Shanti, can you hear me?
Yes, you're audible.
Actually, in today's reading session, I learned most part about surrender. Though I don't understand at present the deep meaning of surrender, but today I at least got introduced to the word which I have been thinking of and looking for what exactly is surrender. And today I got the little bit answer, but to get into the deeper meaning of it, I have to read it again and contemplate on this. In short, it is letting go of the mental and emotional resistance to what is. So in my life, I found that I like I feel that my potential is not being utilized like a seed. If it is not planted in the ground and not properly watered and no sunlight, then it will not grow. That way it is happening. And I have been thinking why it is, what can I do about it to uh, let its potential be manifested. For that, what shall I do? And I somehow got the answer in some of the murlis that it is surrender, but exactly how to surrender, what is the actual meaning of surrender, that I was looking for, and today I got. So if more light is thrown on how to do it, then I will be able to do it fast. Thank you. Om Shanti.
Thank you, sister, for sharing your views. Should we go into the questions? Okay, so the first question is, in chapter 7, the author gives us a detailed description of the steps we should take to begin meditation and feel our inner body energy. Do you find this helpful? Have you practiced and experienced this before? Does anyone want to answer? Sujata sister, do you want to answer? Okay, Induji, do you want to answer?
Am I audible?
Yes, you're audible.
ओम शांति।
Om Shanti.
जो हाँ जी, जो ऑथर ने बताए हैं मेडिटेशन के स्टेप्स, तो पहले तो ये बोला है कि हमें कोई ऐसी जगह ढूंढनी चाहिए जिसमें ज्यादा ऑब्स्ट्रक्शंस ना हो, तो लोगों का भीड़ भाड़ ना हो, एकांत। इसमें भी मेडिटेशन में एकांत का बहुत ही इम्पोर्टेंस है। एकांत जगह पे बैठिए। फिर सबसे पहले जो शुरुआत करिए अपनी ब्रीदिंग पे ध्यान देने के लिए। जैसे ही ऑथर ने भी बताया है कि लोअर एब्डोमेन में आप ब्रीदिंग फील करो, जैसे आप इनहेल कर रहे हो, एक्सहेल कर रहे हो, उस सांसों पे अपने ध्यान दो, उस पे, और धीरे धीरे अपने कॉन्शियसनेस को सेंटर ऑफ द फोरहेड पे लाओ। तो उस स्टेट में रहो आप। फिर उसके बाद जो है आप विजुअलाइजेशन कर सकते हो, जो भी आप अफर्मेशन लेना चाहते हैं। उसके बाद विजुअलाइजेशन से भी ज्यादा जरूरी है आप इस बात को फील करिए, और जितना टाइम आप फील करिए, अपनी पावर को फील करिए, अपने वर्च्यूज को फील करिए, और गॉड मेरे साथ है, आप इस चीज को फील करिए, और इस मेडिटेटिव स्टेट में रहिए कुछ देर। और जब उसके बाद भी आप आंखें खोल सकते हैं, पहले शुरू में आप आंखें बंद करके कर सकते हैं, जैसे आप इसमें हैबिचुअल हो जाओगे तो आप ये आंखें खोल के भी कर सकते हैं। और उसके बाद भी जैसे आप ये प्रोसेस कर लेते हो, आंखें खोल लेते हो, उसके बाद भी थोड़ी देर आप इसी मेडिटेटिव स्टेट में रहिए और चीजों को उसी तरह से देखिए। अपने अंदर भी देखी है सोल और बाहर की चीजों में भी सोल देखी। थैंक यू।
थैंक यू सो मच इंदु जी। हाँ जी, आपने बहुत ब्यूटिफुली एक्सप्लेन किया। तो इट्स इम्पोर्टेंट टू गेट द फीलिंग मोर देन द विजुअलाइजेशन। ये मैंने भी खुद एक्सपीरियंस किया है कि मेरे को हमेशा फीलिंग ज़्यादा स्ट्रांगली हुई है मोर देन विजुअलाइजिंग। सो थैंक यू so much. Anyone else would want to share their views? Or should we go on to the next question? Okay. What have you understood from what the author has discussed about the relationship between the unmanifested and the energy field of your body? Anyone would like to answer? Someone? There's no right or wrong. We're just sharing our views over here. So, yes, Rana sister. Hanji. Okay.
Okay, I understand that the unmanifested is the inner energy field uh, of the body. I think that they are the same. And I will read it again. I know it was a part that was difficult, but I will go deep in this part. But to go into this inner energy field, the author said that we have, while doing everyday activities, we have uh, to be in contact with this inner energy field, with this unmanifested. So, this is timeless. So we have to, by surrendering and letting go, this unmanifested will liberate us. So this is what I understood about it. I don't know if it is clear. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sister, for sharing your views. Should we go on to the next question? Okay. According to the author, the unmanifested does not liberate you until you enter it consciously. What do you feel about this? Do you agree or disagree? Please share your experiences and opinions. So who would like to share their experiences of what they've understood? Anyone? Okay, so Ansika's sister has written. Okay, where's it gone? You don't have to be shy. There's nothing right or wrong. It's just your opinion. So whoever wants to share, please do. Okay. Nikhil ji has raised his hand. Thank you. I'll just unmute you.
According to the authors, when we connect consciously with the unmanifested, we can change our nature. And when we connect
Your voice is not very clear, brother.
okay. When we connect unconsciously, then like in our sleep, we can't change our nature. And when we connect consciously, like in meditation, we can change our nature, our sanskars. Yeah, that's what I get. Thank you.
Okay. Okay. Thank you so much. Thank you. So, Yeah, Indu ji has raised her hand. Hanji.
ओम शांति।
Om Shanti.
हाँ, जो मैं ये समझी हूँ, मैनिफेस्टेड मीन्स जो फिजिकल फॉर्म है, और अनमैनिफेस्टेड मीन्स जो हमारा एसेंस है, बीइंग है, जो हम फील करते हैं, और जो गॉड का एसेंस है। और जब तक हम उसे फील नहीं करेंगे तो हम लिबरेट नहीं हो पाएंगे। हम सिर्फ बात करते रहते हैं कि ठीक है गॉड की पावर है, तो तब तक हम लिबरेट नहीं हो पाएंगे। जब हम गॉड से कनेक्ट होंगे तभी हम लिबरेट हो पाएंगे। जैसे सन है, सन की पावर है, जब तक हम उस सन में बैठेंगे नहीं तो उसकी पावर को महसूस कैसे करेंगे। हम कह रहे हैं ठीक है सन है, और हम खिड़कियां बंद करके बैठ जाते हैं, तो हम कैसे उसे फील करेंगे। ऐसे ही गॉड है और हमारा अपना एसेंस है। जब हम एकांत में बैठेंगे, फील करेंगे अपनी पावर को, गॉड की पावर को, तभी हम लिबरेट हो पाएंगे। थैंक यू।
Hanji, Hanji. Thank you so much, sister. Yeah, that's very true. That's very true. हम बोलते रहते हैं, but till the time we don't feel it, तब तक we won't understand what it truly means. Hanji, Sujata ji. Okay.
Om Shanti. Am I audible?
Hanji, Hanji, yes, you're audible.
Yeah. Like here, what author is saying that the unmanifested does not liberate until you enter it consciously. So I can explain it this way. In brahmakumaris, when we say janna, manna or chalna, so janna is only knowledge. So we know that unless we consciously enter into unmanifested, it cannot be liberated. So Jnana means we know it, but unless we practice meditation and consciously do it, consciously connect with our being or be aware of it always when we are doing any action throughout the day, while thinking, means words, action and karma, everything when we do, while in awareness of our being or in soul consciousness. And
Yeah.
if we can differentiate between our physical body outer form and our inner energy, and we can connect to it, then only we will be able to feel it. And that is like going beyond janna and manna and shalna, means accordingly we have to do throughout the day all the actions, words, behavior, then only we will be able to experience it. That is what I understand from what author is saying in this. Om Shanti. Thank you.
Om Shanti. Thank you so much. Thank you. Anyone else wants to share their views? Okay, so should we end the session today? Thank you so much, everyone, for joining. And we'll just end the session with a beautiful song. Om Shanti. Thank you.
खोलो खोलो दरवाजे पर्दे करो किनारे, खूंटे से बंधी है हवा मिल के छुड़ाओ सारे। आ जाओ पतंग लेके अपने ही रंग लेके, आसमां का शामियाना आज हमें है सजाना। क्यों इस कदर हैरान तू, मौसम का है मेहमान तू, ओ दुनिया सजी तेरे लिए, खुद को जरा पहचान तू। तू धूप है झम से बिखर, तू है नदी बेखबर, बह चल कहीं उड़ चल कहीं, दिल खुश जहां तेरी तो मंजिल है वही।
कदर हैरान तू मौसम का है मेहमान तू। बासी जिंदगी उदासी ताजी हंसने को राजी गर्म गर्म सारी अभी अभी है उतारी। जिंदगी तो है बताशा मीठी मीठी सी है आशा चकले रख ले हथेली से ढक ले से। तुझ में अगर प्यास है बारिश का घर भी पास है। रोके तुझे कोई क्यों भला संग संग तेरे आकाश है। तू धूप है छम से बिखर तू है नदी बेखबर बह चल कहीं उड़ चल कहीं दिल खुश जहां तेरी तो मंजिल है वही। खुल गया आसमां का रास्ता देखो खुल गया। मिल गया खो गया था जो सितारा मिल गया मिल गया। रोशन हुई सारी जमीन जगमग हुआ सारा जहां। उड़ने को तू आजाद है बंधन को ही अब है कहाँ। धूप है छम से बिखर तू है नदी बेखबर बह चल कहीं उड़ चल कहीं दिल खुश जहां तेरी तो मंजिल है वही। क्यों इस कदर हैरान तू मौसम का है मेहमान तू।